Today we're doing something a little different. We are heading out to Indiana to meet Zach, a friend we met online. And I'm not driving today. Actually, my two friends from New York are driving that I've known for like 12 to 15 years. So this is going to be a special adventure. It is Zach's birthday, and traditionally they go down every year. So it's my turn to come this year. We were looking for places to stop, and I convinced the guys to stop over at a place I've been wanting to visit for like 2 years in Pennsylvania on the way there. And I'll show you guys that next. This place is a really great spot. I planned the trip all the way through Pennsylvania earlier this year, and this place is just too far out of the range for this trip, but it's a super iconic place to hang out, go visit in Pennsylvania. I think everyone's gonna love it. On. The abandoned PA Turnpike that has been turned to a rails to trails. This place is really creepy, and it's super dark inside. We weren't even going to explore inside. I gave us enough time to see the outside, and we wanted to go up top, and then we had to go all the way to the other side. It was worth a walk, but somehow we ended up spending 3 hours here. You know, that delayed the drive, but definitely worth it. This place is really awesome. Just should have hung out here longer. This is where we do some really scary stuff, trying to climb up this rickety ladder, and then we get to the top floor only for some dude to tell us there's a door open on the second floor. You just gotta walk up the hill instead of almost dying. Some of the more interesting stuff is kind of up this broken ass ladder. You can see the giant blower wheels used to provide air to the place. You know, there's some control rooms up here with nothing in them, and just some spooky spray painting. And this room in here, very dark. We didn't bring flashlights because, you know, left everything in the car. So we only spent a couple minutes screaming into this tunnel because it was super echoey. On our way back, we checked out some of the art and the graffiti, which you can only really spot if you bring like a light or something in here. There's a lot more to see, but we, you know, it's kind of just walk through, and we were tired. We were unprepared, sort of. So, you know, it's just kind of cool, whatever. And then we, you know, we leave. Somewhere about this time, we stopped over. We found a place to go eat. Well, that was the whole adventure. We actually stopped at 3 different places. 2 of them were closed, and out of business before we found one that on the map was actually open. From there, it was just a short 10-hour drive down the highway. We got to see this beautiful sunset here. I think the orange, you only really get to see that in the mid. Some bridges, and pretty much nothing much happened for the next 10 hours. And then we arrived at our destination. Well, we gotta get some supplies, so there's only one store on Earth that you can visit, and we somehow managed to visit 3 of them.
There it is! Ah! Joe, come on.
And Joe decided to park in the cart
I don't want to
corral.
be stranded and fucking...
You don't want me to park here, so you want me to run over people then?
Yeah. Yes!
Not ready to go to another Walmart? Turn over, please. It's just not, it's turn over, please. It's flat, so you don't always...
So we set up and we do a bit of LAN gaming here, which is of course one of the biggest activities of all getting together in the same room. You know, we do a little bit of Unreal Gold here, you know, our absolutely favorite game that we all ever met each other on.
You're starting to piss me off.
Ran the whole head of it into the ground. I mean, it didn't even. Bye. Hey, Paul.
What?
Where you guys?
As part of the celebration here, someone got us like 6 pumpkins, and Alpha brought his battle axe thing, and Zach brought bows. So we went to this spot here, and we basically shot at pumpkins and threw pumpkins in the air and chopped them up with axes and all sorts of crazy shit that you only see on YouTube videos that we definitely probably shouldn't have been doing at his house. It was pretty cool to watch, and it ended up in a huge like mayhem pumpkin chucking fight at the end. What's kind of really funny is his wonderful neighbors gave us a pumpkin as a gift after we were all done. It was actually quite nice of them. I didn't shoot that much video of the shenanigans at the house because, well, we were all drunk out of our minds or high as kites, so probably not the most videographic content you could have imaginable. But on the last day, we went out to eat, and we drove to this disc golf course that Joe found for us.
I'll take a picture and then not share it with you. How's that sound?
So here we have 2 experienced disc golf people and 4 people who have never seen or even looked at the game before. You can tell who knows how to play and who doesn't, but I didn't care because this place looked freaking beautiful.
I don't know how they can do it, but they do, and they park to it. Way off.
After the game, we split up. We decided yet again to go to the world's only store, this time the green version of the store, and pick up some drinks, alcohol, and whatever else. Munchy bits. We passed the fairgrounds, Indiana State Fairgrounds here. Drove through some City View here, some random businesses and stuff on the way. Kind of interesting. And then we headed home. I don't think I did any video on this last day. Maybe some quick closing scenes. We actually had to get up early the next day, 6 a.m. to try to get a jump start on leaving. We said goodbye to the yarn ball on the wall and wished the sleeping lump of Alpha Scout luck on his last day here, and we headed into the car in the freezing cold to head out. As you probably know from previous adventures, the part of the trips I always hate is the driving home part. It always seems like it's longer than even driving to the destination. We did get to enjoy this beautiful sunrise here, and the view in the morning is pretty good. We passed through Ohio here.
This is the only place I know where you can buy food, drinks, stuffed animals, and alcohol in the same place.
I planned us to stop about every 2 hours to try to keep the trip interesting, and the first stop was a rock garden. There were some pictures, but I wasn't really exactly sure what to expect here. I wasn't expecting anything fantastic, but this place was definitely more than I thought it was going to be. I think we might have spent 15 or 20 minutes here. The place was beautiful, especially in the early morning sun here. There's lots of hand-created buildings and art. There's some of the stuff and from the town and some famous scenes all depicted in rocks made into these buildings. Very, very cool little spot.
Right? The 20 mil Borak kick ass. From
After the rock garden, it was a short 2 hours until we crossed the border into West Virginia. There's a cool looking bridge over here. It crosses over the river. When you get to the other side, there's this building being demolished. and this really
That's
cool bridge that we
ridiculous.
don't know anything about without looking it up. Then we go through this tunnel, and after a short drive, we end up at this overlook that is built on a former unfinished little castle mansion up here on the hill. The view from up here is pretty amazing. You know, there's not too much to see. Lots of colorful graffiti. I mean, this is a great outlook. You can see the bridge in the distance that you crossed, and then you can see another bridge past that, which is that weird one, and yet another bridge. Really cool spot to look at, and we kind of hung out here for a little while. The graffiti in here is quite colorful in more ways than one.
And then we leave for another, I don't know, 8-hour chunk. The rest of this trip is like uneventful other than the part where we go to leave to get off for the exit by my house, and we get back on the same highway again and have to go through the toll booth like 3 times to get off at the right exit. That was kind of funny. Other than that, it was a great trip. You know, I had tons of fun. It was crazy, and I'm super glad I was able to hang out